Who remembers this guy? MatPat. New Quest, Washington, D.C. So if I recall, MatPat was basically like the game theory guy, right? Game theory guy. After 2 years of work, Steph Curry, I'm sorry, and I have launched the Creator Economy Caucus in the House of Representatives. Wait, is he a fucking congressman? Is MatPat a congressman? Is he in Congress? Hey, Chad, is this real? Yeah, he made the caucus, and that's it. He does politics. Just a theory, a game theory. Is that it? No, he just opened a caucus. Cool. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Can't believe what the YouTubers working in politics. I can't believe that all of our YouTubers are becoming political. Yeah. Inconceivable. So Economy Caucus in the House of the Creator Economy Caucus in the House of Representatives, a bipartisan group where creators can work alongside lawmakers to ensure legislation is timely and relevant for the internet age. This is actually like okay, despite the fact that it's bipartisan, whatever. I think it's really, really good. I'll be honest. This is so fucking good because listen. We all know the fucking meme. We know the fucking meme. Okay, all these like decrepit old fucking dumb fucking geriatrics in Congress. Do you think that any of these motherfuckers constantly know about sort of what is necessary in the sort of digital age that we find ourselves in, quote unquote? No, none of these motherfuckers, none of these fucking guys know shit. Let's be honest here. Especially with the fucking Democrats, considering what the average age of the Democrats is much higher. Average age of Democrats in Congress. It's like higher, right? Average age of Republicans in the House is 56 and 58 for Democrats. The Senate skews older with 62 for Republicans and 65 for Democrats. You know, that's not as far away as I thought it would be, right? Not as bad as it would be, but it's still, like, it's definitely, there's more old people in the Democratic caucus in comparison to that of the Republicans. I mean, we all know the meme. Okay? We know the fucking meme of like all the motherfuckers who've died, right? A bunch of like Democratic politicians have died recently because of old age. Jerry Connolly being one of the more recent examples. He died of like cancer and shit, so that's pretty cool. That's epic. We've already got approximately 10 reps on board, and we're just getting started. We'll eventually want to assemble creator advocates from around the country. So if you're interested in helping Washington understand our world, stay tuned here for more info. I think that this is pretty fucking great, to be honest. I think this is fantastic. There's a video.
Right now, we all know the major headline-grabbing topics, right? Everything from online privacy, responsible use of AI, addictive algorithms, protection of children on the internet, the list goes on and on.
True.
Creators are some of the first people, the first businesses to actually have to confront these issues head first on a daily basis. And it's our hope through this creator...
I'm gonna be honest. I think this is really, really good because what is like some of the more recent sort of online sort of like protection acts that have been. It's like I think it's COPA and SOPA. I think. Am I correct there, Boy Meets Mini? Do you remember Is it COPA and SOPA? Copiuma or some shit. let me double check that. I think it's COPA and SOPA, right? Copa America. Or is it SOPA? Was it this? No, Settlement Online Pre-Arrival. That's not it. What's the name of the fucking dumb... Stop Online Privacy Act. Yes, it is SOPA. And this is just like... does not do what it's intended at all. It's just like dog shit. I remember like a bunch of content creators are fucking complaining about this, right? 2011 by Representative Lamar Schmith, a Republican, you say. So it's meant to expand the U.S. law enforcement to combat online copyright infringement and online tracking and counterfeit goods. I can only assume just how fucking potentially dog shit this could be. Provisions include requesting of court dates to bar advertising networks and payment facilities from conducting business with infringing websites and search engines from linking to the websites, and court orders requiring internet service providers to block access to the websites. I can only assume how could this could be just completely fucking misappropriated to abuse content creation, to be honest, because they could just be like, oh, well, what you're saying here is fake news, complete lies and bullshit. So we're just gonna block access from website, for example. Complete random example. Proposed law would have expanded existing criminal laws to include unauthorized streaming of copyrighted content and imposed a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison. It should be fairly obvious the problem with this. This completely goes against, for example, the fucking Ethan Klein lawsuit, right? In terms of transformative content, this is more or less anti-First Amendment, because someone who's malicious can use the SOPA here to essentially just be like, I don't think what you're doing here is very good or cool and is infringing on our copyright, and then they could use that as an excuse to basically hit you with a lawsuit. Look at this fucking dude, bro. Jesus Christ, bro. This guy has the same hair I used to have when I was like 5 years old or some shit. What the fuck? It's uncanny, dude. Actually, uncanny as fuck. I don't want to look at him anymore. He scares me. His face is way too fucking saggy. So yeah. Opponents stated that it violated the First Amendment, which was internet censorship, would cripple the internet, and would threaten whistleblowing and other free speech actions. Yeah, that's actually a very good point, yeah. Shit like, what, WikiLeaks? That would be fucking mollywopped by SOPA. So, there's that.
Caucus, and through the conversations that it's going to inspire, that we can help educate legislators on these fast-moving, ever-evolving issues so that legislation is timely and relevant. On the other hand, some of the issues that we're going to be speaking about aren't making the most exciting of headlines, but are equally important and critical to the survival of this budding ecosystem. Things like clarification of tax codes for a new category of entrepreneur and access to small business support and resources.
Yeah, it's all nitty gritty, probably tax credit talk, tax policy, fucking bullshit, blah, 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 kind of a deal that, could be a complete fucking shit show, maybe the Republicans hate anything that's good and like things that are bad, so they probably would just go against this. Although honestly, a lot of their main content creators / information aggregators tend to be people who are online, so maybe they'll just use this for their own political benefit. Maybe this might be an actual chance of decent bipartisanship within Congress or something, if such a thing could be possible, theoretically speaking, could be.
Every congressional district has itself a creator-led business, and there are more and more appearing each and every day. This isn't just an East Coast, West Coast issue or a Middle America industry. This is an everyone industry. Many of the issues that are facing the creator economy are also increasingly...
I don't know, being super woke, kind of woke, being, I don't necessarily agree with that, Boy Meets Minnie. Let's be honest here. The Take It Down Act, for example, that was a bipartisan bill. Not really a rightward shift. And basically it was, a bill to ban, deep fake porn, for example. Yeah, Melania's first feminist bill. Yeah, one feminist bill. But hey, Republicans also fucking passed that shit. And it's a feminist bill, technically speaking. I don't know. Kind of woke Republicans. I don't think this is a bad thing. It's just is this gonna go anywhere? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Whatever. Sure.
Impacting small businesses and civilians at large. More and more, all companies are relying on these digital platforms to get their messages out and to grow their customer bases or to improve.
Dude, do you know how many fucking small businesses use Instagram and shit, for example, for advertising and stuff? That's so common. Right? So many people use Instagram for the express purposes of advertisements. A buddy of mine that I used to know basically used Instagram and like Facebook to grow a landscaping business, like unironically.
Their growth potential. So in our mind, this is just as much a creator economy caucus as it is a future economy caucus. And so it is our great honor and our great privilege to be working with Representatives Clark and Van Dyne for recognizing the value of this space and for including us and other creators in these very important discussions moving forward. Thank you. And back to you.
I think it's just good overall. You know, it's like something that is just like can be moving in like a sort of good direction. Because again, like we've talked about this before, but like think about this for like 3 seconds. All right, this is like potentially a way for like creators to potentially have more representation and power when like negotiating with like bosses and shit like that. We all know about like the creator union on YouTube, right? I'm not sure if that's still going on, right? That one with that one, I believe it's a German YouTuber, and he used to be like a metal worker, I think. I think he's a metal worker. I want to say he's a metal worker, but he's a pretty big YouTuber, right? In Germany, and he started a union, right? I think that's a pretty good thing, but given the sort of like the company that exists with YouTube, I don't think they've ever like negotiated anything with the union whatsoever. I don't remember exactly what happened to that. You know, this is like a step in the sort of right direction, sort of like being able to have some form of representation with Congress and to be able to further push for the rights of content creators. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be content creators. Like MatPat even said, and I agree with him wholeheartedly, more and more, like with the sort of prevalence and how big social media is, businesses use it to advertise all the time. They use like social media. Like, how many fucking companies nowadays have like social media management teams? Like, it's crazy, right? We all know about like the dumbass like fucking corpo meme with like all of them like interacting with one another on like Twitter and shit, right? We like, you know, dead horse has been beaten, yada 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 kind of deal, blah 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 blah. Like, we broadly speaking, we understand like what's going on here. Social media, more and more so, is becoming way more prevalent and sort of coming more and more into its own in existence as a part of the economy. It's a huge part of advertising, right? Lots and lots of money can be very, very easily made here. We've seen with like all the stupid outrage marketing bullshit that's happened before with like Keurig and whatnot. Nike as well. Whoa. They've made billions upon billions of dollars in terms of free advertising, for example. So, you know, I think overall, step in the right direction. I think that's really all I can say about this. Step in the right direction. Creators are the ones who helped sort of catalyze and help build this social media space. And, you know, and instead of them potentially getting trampled over completely by all the corporations who could completely use these platforms to their advantage, they can sort of help build their own representation, get like creator sort of friendly bills passed and sort of laws put into place that can help creators be able to sort of be more successful or have at least some kind of representation. So yeah, overall, you know, I think this is good. It's good. I support this, and I hope that MatPat is successful.